Welcome back. On almost every front, it's been a tough September for UND football. The reigning Big Sky champs have seen their roster depleted by injuries each week, but Bubba Schweigert's crew was still hoping to finish the month strong with a road win against UC Davis. To Aggie Stadium on Saturday evening, where the California sun was out for the opening kick, but unfortunately so were 13 of UND starters missing either for illness or injury. Still, the Fighting Hawks would start strong. After a Davis touchdown, the Aggies' opening possession. Watch this run from John Santiago on North Dakota's second play from scrimmage. The All-American puts on the shake at the line of scrimmage, and he's gone. 81 yards to the house, and that ties things up at 7 apiece. But on the next play, Davis would hit right back. Jake Mayer finds Keelan Doss on the post, and he takes it from there. That's 65 yards for the score. And the Aggies were just getting started in this one. Look at this next Davis possession. Aaron Moore takes the receiver screen down to the 3-yard line. And one play later, they would punch it in. It's Mayer to Wesley Priest for the jump ball in the end zone, 21-7 in favor of UC Davis. But after a UND field goal and then a stop on defense, John Santiago would bust free again. But once he reaches Aggie territory, the ball gets popped loose. Davis recovers this one, and 5 plays later, they would punch it in from 2 yards out right here. Give them 28 points, and it's 28-10 Aggies midway through the second quarter. Now they'd score again on their next possession. Watch this. Mayer hits one of his favorite targets, Priest, for his second touchdown of the night. He extends over the goal line. That one's good for 6. North Dakota would come back to pull him within 18 on a 10-play, 75-yard drive capped by this Keaton Studsrud touchdown run, but UC Davis could not be stopped all night. After halftime, it's Mayer to Priest for a third time. That would make it 48-17 and all but sealed UND's third straight defeat. 48-24 ends up the final. Aggie quarterback Jake Mayer finishes 33 for 38 for 415 yards and 4 touchdowns through the air. UND's offense actually put up 7.8 yards per play, the same average as Davis did, but the Aggies ran 84 plays to UND's 58. But despite the loss, North Dakota's still hanging in there and sticking together.
When adversity hits, there's always going to be frustration. But the key thing for me is to just not let that take over our mentality as a full team. I mean, frustration could kill you. It could either help or kill you. And when you start to play frustrated, you start to lose your focus. There is a lot of frustration right now. I mean, we're not winning the games and we're not getting the results that we want, but we just can't let that overcome us and can't let that shadow what we can do.
We needed to win that game. I think we worked really hard during the week, but I feel like we did a good job offensively running the ball, but we just got to execute. Simple as that. We didn't score enough points. We're not getting in the end zone enough, and that's a 1-point emphasis that we got to make. And it's tough right now, but right now we're just focusing on, everyone's got to stay close together, and can't point fingers at no one. I just got to still be a family, and that's what we are.
Well, we're going to fight. The vision for our program hasn't changed one bit. Told the guys that we care about our guys and we just got to fight. The easy thing to do is to lay down, and we aren't going to do that. We aren't going to be a program that does that. We got to keep battling, but we got another tough team coming to town next week. A team that's playing very well.
Now back to North Dakota. NDSU hosted Missouri State in its conference opener on Saturday in Fargo, and a familiar face was back on the field for the green and gold. All-American linebacker Nick DeLuca made the start less than 2 weeks after undergoing a procedure on his knee. But the Bison off to a fast start in this one. Easton Stick finding Jeff Illies. He stays on his feet, 32 yards for the score. 7-zip Bison. Later first quarter, Lance Dunn bounces it outside and hits the Jets. 18 yards for the score. The touchdowns continue to pile up for Dunn, and it's a 14-0 lead. Missouri State would find some success in the quarterback running game, but on 4th and goal at the 2-yard line, Peyton Huslig is turned back at the line of scrimmage by DeLuca and Robbie Grimsley. Bison secondary also turned in another strong performance. Huslig firing across the middle, picked off by Trey Dempsey. And then third quarter, Bears drive it inside Bison territory, but again, Huslig is picked off, this time by James Henricks, his third interception of the season, returning it to the 40-yard line. But here comes the Bison offense. They didn't take long to cash it in. Dunn again on the edge, stays in bounds and gets a great block from R.J. Urzendowski. Takes it 44 yards for his 11th touchdown of the season, and it's 24-5. The Bison defense not done. Huselig steps up, fires across the middle again. This time it's Robbie Grimsley coming up with the pick, his 3rd of the season, and NDSU would take advantage of this one again. Easton Stick finds his old high school teammate Urzendowski. Perfect pass as RJ keeps his feet in bounds, 26 yards for another score, 31-5. NDSU would put it away later in the 4th as they grind it out on the ground. Bruce Anderson keeps the legs moving, spins outside, and goodbye. 46 yards for another rushing touchdown. Bison cruise to the victory, 38-11 to improve to a perfect 4-0 on the season. Easton Stick a good day, 15 for 21 for 220 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Bruce Anderson very efficient, 11 carries for 106 yards and a touchdown.
Those turnovers were critical because they were doing a good job of manufacturing some drives and keeping some drives alive with the quarterback running the football. And I thought the QB did a nice job with his legs running, but we were able to finally get some pressure, force him into some tough throws, and our safeties came up big.
And that's our mindset, is to dominate, like Trey says. And every week, I mean, that's what our goal is, and we don't want to give up any points. I mean, if they don't score, they don't win. So that's what our mindset is every game.
Yeah, it was nice. Anytime I got involved early in the game today, and I think that kind of got things rolling. And they continued to play man on man on the backside there, and that's something that I need to be able to take advantage of.
I mean, we always talk about going 1-0, and in this conference, anybody can beat anybody. We always say that. So we're going to get everybody's best game, and we're well aware of that, and we know going into it every week we got to prepare like everybody's out to get us.
Coming up after the break, it's Saturday Storylines with our FCS experts. We showed you the highlights, now they'll break them down. And coming up later in the show, it's a recap of this past weekend's high school football action in the Dakotas. You're watching Midco Sports Tonight.